said no. I think Trump said it best.
You may have heard I was invited to another event tonight, the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But I'd much rather be in Washington, Michigan than in Washington, D.C. right now. That I can tell you.
Very clever. But just in case something happens at the Correspondents' Dinner, we actually have someone here monitoring the event. Poor guy. But damn, this was a great week. One of the best weeks ever. It's right up there with the Miracle on Ice, or when the wall fell, or when Lou Dobbs woke up in my basement. That rascal, he gnawed through the restraints. And it was a week of history, hugs, and handshakes.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Thank you.
I like him a lot.
That's my ticket. Only a ticket. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's the handshake, the salesman's signature, and Trump's always leaves a bruise. So how do you prepare for that? If only there were a drug.
Well, it's official. I'm going to visit the White House. I can't believe I'm going to meet the president.
How's your hand strength?
Hand strength? Why?
You see how firmly this dude shakes hands? Look at what he did with Macron.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Sounds like you need a stronger grip.
Yeah, but how?
It's easy thanks to Preparation Shake.
Never heard of it.
Preparation Shake is a blend of cortisone and crushed up Himalayan fire ants. Apply 30 times a day for 3 days and watch your hand size and strength increase exponentially. You'll be ready for any handshake, especially with powerful world leaders.
Wow, this is the most lotion I've ever had on my hand.
I doubt that, cowboy.
Well, I can feel it working already.
Hey, Tom.
Thanks, Preparation Shake. I'm ready for the White House.
So try Preparation Shake today. You can go from this to this. Warning, may cause permanent enlargement of skeletal muscle and organs.
But that's not the only friend that Trump made this week. Kanye West. Talk about brave. A hip-hop star supporting Trump is like the Pope canonizing Freddy Krueger. How did the sheep react?
So now Donald Trump has two black friends. He's got... I hope Ben Carson doesn't get jealous.
Like, I don't even know what happened here. I think Kanye West just realized he's too rich to not be Republican. I don't even know what it is.
We have the right to independent thoughts, and I independently think that Kanye has lost his mind.
Of course. The memories of grade school. You do something different and the mob descends. Kanye saw this coming, but he did it anyway as an example for others to follow. I mean, I wonder if Kanye gets it.
By the way, in all fairness, Kanye West gets it. He gets it.
You want to find people scared of this? Find the ones mocking it. And while that's happening, another handshake occurred. These fellas, Kim looking great in a shirt borrowed from Hillary. This is huge. It's true. It's true, Drew. And who got this ball rolling?
I think we'll have a meeting over the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's going to be a very important meeting. The denuclearization of the Korean peninsula of North Korea. The denuke. One of the fake news groups this morning, they were saying, what do you think President Trump had to do with it? I'll tell you what. Like, how about everything?
So good. So, everyone should be happy, but then being happy means you got to admit that Trump made you happy. Not smiling over this. That's the ultraviolet black light that reveals a childish hate. I wonder what Katie Couric was covering.
In this nondescript building, I have an appointment with Harmony, the world's first sex robot.
What do you like to do for fun?
I like robots, computers, and making new friends. I also love making love to you.
Whoa, what?
Look, I get it. How many times can we watch the same people being interviewed? James Comey, Stormy Daniels. Leave it to Katie to land an interview with a sex robot. But they ordered a salad for her. What a waste of $18. Speaking of robots, back to that correspondence dinner. What a segue. So this year, who's the MC? Someone from The Daily Show. Who was last year's MC? Someone from The Daily Show. Who will be next year's MC? Someone from The Daily Show. So you can forecast the whole thing. A comic tells a joke you could see a mile away, and the audience will pretend to be shocked. It's as predictable as a question from John Carl.
Mr. President, what about Michael Cohen? Are you considering a
Thank you very
Michael
much.
Cohen?
Stupid question.
So enjoyable. So enjoyable. But this is why Kanye feels so dangerous, and Trump, unlike anything else. And leave it to Trump to once again counter-program with his own rally. What a great comparison to the correspondence dinner. I mean, look at the dinner. It's like a timeshare presentation at a retirement village. And look at the rally. It's Club Med on clothing optional night. One is soul-destroying, but the other's a lot of fun. So this is a new era. It feels like a rip in the universe. Kanye and Trump, Kim and Moon. The media doesn't get it, but you do. Bubbles are bursting and beliefs are upended. If this is what happens after sleeping with a porn star, Thank you. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's so wise, owls come to him for advice. Host of the radio show, Dr. Drew, Midday Live, Dr. Drew Pinsky. He's the man with the plan who's never had a tan. Fox News radio host, Tom Shalhoub. She thought Silence of the Lambs was a romantic comedy. National Review reporter, Kat Timpf. And he's considered a giant among giants. Former WWE superstar, my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right. Drew, you claim to be a doctor.
All right.
I'm interested in the psychological effects of Trump winning on the visceral Trump hater.
Yeah, the cognitive dissonance that's going to occur. In other words, when people believe that they believe deeply that this man is incapable of nothing good, if something good comes out of it, they either have to deny he had anything to do with it,
right,
or, as you said, the bubble bursts, their world rips in half, and what they will begin looking for is a scapegoat.
Right.
They will have to gather their aggression as a group and scapegoat somebody. My fear is it could be somebody like Hillary. I mean, they've been scapegoating her right along, and that could really get very aggressive.
Yeah, there are so many off-ramps to saying Trump might be a good person, or no, he doesn't have to be a good person.
No.
You could be a great president, but they choose the off-ramps. They have to go somewhere else.
They can't. It does not fit their They're watching a movie that you know what I'm referring to.
Yes.
They're watching a different movie than you and I are.
Yes, they're watching a movie with Stormy Daniels in it.
That's right. The one that you watched.
Pay-per-view, by the way, $18 at your local Marriott. Hey, Tom, North Korea. Pretty big deal.
Huge news, Greg.
Huge news.
Huge news for the whole world. And the interesting thing was that people who watch world politics had to admit that it was unprecedented and amazing. So I loved watching cable news because there was this phenomenon. If you remember Fonzie couldn't say wrong? He never could say wrong. They were having so much trouble giving the president credit. They were like, President Trump definitely deserves I get it.
But it was such an extraordinary thing. It was extraordinary.
No,
in our lifetime, are you kidding? Did you ever expect this?
No. But that's why he does things where he upends the table, then he starts at a negotiating process from chaos, and it tends to work. Kat, I want to ask you about Kanye. He upset a lot of people. Did he upset you?
No.
No.
And all the people getting so upset made me very happy because I got to feel better than them.
Yes.
Think about it. Think about having the time and energy to actually get this mad over this. You need a life if
Yes.
you have that kind of time and energy. I'm serious. Go home, hug your family, take up fly fishing, do something, because that is very, very pathetic.
It is. It is. Although I was very excited by it. So does that mean I need to get a life? Probably.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that is true.
We already knew that.
Yes, yes. All right, Tyrus, you have strong feelings. Do you think Kanye did this to promote something?
Well, first of all, going back to your point about all this came from sleeping with a porn star.
Yeah.
We probably all should sleep with porn stars.
That was my point.
Yes, yeah. Well, I knew you were upset, so I wanted to get that.
Yes.
I'm more upset at the narrative.
Yeah.
That there's this shocking misnomer that a brother, African-American, could like Donald Trump, like Kanye was the first one. Like, he was pro-Trump. Great.
Yeah.
Move on. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
A lot of black people voted for President Trump. A lot. They did not all vote for Hillary Clinton. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
And the narrative that is played, we had an amazing, historic moment. It's like the wall coming down. This is something that in the history books will be at least 2 chapters.
Yeah.
North and South Korea are on the same side. And the narrative is, oh, let's get black people in Trump again. Let's get a racial thing going. That is what drives me nuts. And Kanye, of course, he's the perfect guy for that because he's not political. If you asked him, hey, what's your favorite part about Trump's, I don't know. He doesn't even know. He didn't vote. He did this when he was elected. He was like, I didn't vote, but if I would have voted, I would have voted for Trump. He does it for reactions. And then to make it worse, the next was today, I've got a song coming out now about it. Like, it's hard to be. That brother don't represent other brothers. He doesn't. He's him.
Yeah.
He's part of that Kardashian world where they do things for attention. And it's very cool right now to say, hey, I'm cool with Trump because the left will be like, because the left, it's the new rebel.
Okay.
It's the new villain. I'm a bad guy. I like Trump, and then the left, and you get 2 news cycles.
Yeah.
You get a ton of attention. Everybody's like, damn, I'm mad that I was supportive in the beginning. I should have waited. I could have got a book deal on my own show on Sunday nights.
Don't applaud that.
You fell for it.
I did.
I am deeply disturbed about what they're saying about Kanye. They're saying because he's contemplating political views they don't agree with, he lost his mind.
Yeah.
He's been public about having had a psychiatric condition, so you're stigmatizing him, A, B, and anybody else that has any kind of psychiatric condition. If you don't agree with their ideas, you have to stigmatize somebody like that. And then number 2, since when is it that changing political views or contemplating political views is a sign and symptom of psychiatric illness? Give me a damn break.
Yeah, we're pathologizing.
They are not even pathological. They don't even know what they're doing. That's the problem. They're throwing epithets.
But we're talking about Kanye West instead of Kim Jong-un. That's the problem.
All right,
should
I think
North Korea. Who gives a damn about a rapper who hasn't had a good album in 2
disagree.
years?
I think they're both monumental in different ways. One is in our culture, and one is in world geopolitics, and they're both kind of groundbreaking. The geopolitics thing, obviously, is a bigger story. But the fact that Kanye is urging people to step out of the boxes of right and left, anti-Trump, pro-Trump. We are in a society where everybody is being put in buckets or boxes, and he's saying, don't be in a bucket, don't be in a box. I think that's important as a pop culture evolution.
But it's not. They already stepped out the box. That's why we have Donald Trump as president.
Yeah,
that's the point. They push this narrative like we're all in boxes. We're not. We're only on, if you watch CNN during the little panels and they talk about all the trouble in the streets, but if you actually go in the streets, I travel the world, I'm in the airports, and I've yet to have, although I'm a giant, I get it, but I've yet to have somebody run up to me, hey, Uncle Tom, what you doing on Fox News? Hey, man, good job, brother. Way to keep telling how it really is. That's not the real narrative. It's not exciting or surprising. Brothers like Trump. How many are there? Is there 5? Is there a whole bunch of them? Is there more than 5?
Yeah.
I mean, it's BS. It's not real.
Rally in Michigan tonight. And I like the correspondence dinner. It had a pulse.
Russian collusion. Give me a break. What about Kamala? We're going to build the wall. We're getting it. We've already started. I don't know if you see. Governor Jerry Brown. Moonbeam. Moonbeam. We love you, Trump! I love you, too. Boom, boom, bing. Is this better than that phony Washington White House correspondence? I could be up there tonight smiling.
Oh, man. But Trump doesn't love John Tester. He's the Montana senator who was pushing allegations about Trump's former pick for the VA, Dr. Ronnie Jackson. But they haven't been able to prove some of these allegations. So the president had this to say.
Tester started throwing out things that he's heard. Well, I know things about Tester that I could say, too. And if I said them, he'd never be elected again.
He's so totally from Queens. Earlier today, Trump tweeted that Tester should resign. I wonder if we need a whole new thinking here.
We need a whole new thinking here. We need a whole new thinking. We need a whole new thinking.
That's the new motto. Tom, do we need a whole new thinking?
We do. Well, he's doing this rally at the same time as that dinner, and we always used to watch that dinner on TV. We didn't want to watch it, but we did anyway.
Right.
It's super boring, and you know why? Dinner. Dinner is terrible.
It is terrible for the performer. It is.
It's terrible. Yeah. I hate performing at dinners.
Yes.
Stop with the dinner. Tink, 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 tink. Shut up.
They miss all the jokes, and you look and you can't make eye contact with anybody. Yeah. It's terrible.
They turn their back to you, and they eat their stupid tiramisu.
Yeah, tiramisu.
Great job.
Great job.
What's a tiramisu? It wasn't a tiramisu.
Is it, Dr. Drew, is it the bottom line is Trump is actually more entertaining than the entirety of guests and humorists at the White House correspondents' dinner.
Yeah, think about why we watch it. It's kind of supposed to be a roast, and yet it never ends up being a roast.
Yes.
You don't get the roasters up there. It's very carefully planned and pre-scripted and everything, so it's like, meh.
Yeah, no, they tell the joke, you can see it coming, and then they go to pan the audience, and they're all there, oh my word, and they start clutching their pearls. It makes me sick.
Yeah. You know, you're onto something, because there's something about that elite attitude that they all have. Like, we're in on the joke.
Yeah. Oh, the worst thing, Kat, there are journalists, and then there's celebrities there, and they're all climbing all over each other to try to get a selfie with each other. It's pathetic. Yeah. But anyway.
I think the whole thing's pathetic. I think it's a terrible time. What a bad event. I wasn't invited. So. I did get to watch the rally on TV, though, so I'm going to go ahead and say that one was better. Yeah. I had a better time.
Favorite part of the rally? All of it?
My favorite part is always when he walks out and he just walks around pacing and clapping.
Yes.
That's always, I'm going to start entering every room like that. Then maybe next year I'll look important enough to get invited.
Well, all right, Tyrus, are you going to say this was a nice rally, or is this just some kind of promotional gimmick?
Because I said something about your precious Kanye. I'm not your favorite anymore, Kanye is.
Yes.
Shut up. His rally is his rally. It's his base. And you know what? I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't get invited to parties all the time. I'm like, I'm going to have my own damn party, and it's better. Because it's my party. And, and if I don't like someone, they can't come in. The correspondence dinner is boring, and it's people telling each other how great they really are. And we have a citizen as president.
Yes.
And he'd rather hang with us than them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still going to talk about him as if he's there or if he cares. But I almost wish he would combine the two.
Yeah.
Like, have his rally, bus everybody in from different places, give us the front row, put them in the back, and then let him roast them. And I guarantee you they'll leave. Like, I've never been so upset. And they all get the fish.
Yeah.
We get the steaks, they all get the fish. Let's see what kind of correspondence that. Terama sausage for everybody. Terama sausage.
No, we got to roll. But the point about citizen president, that's the huge thing about Trump, is that he's a billionaire, but he's more in common with other people, which is no one's, I think, saw that coming. I don't know. Maybe.
No, you're
except for me, I saw it coming.
I saw it coming, Greg.
No, thanks, Tom.
Because I got dragon energy.
He's not a politician, therefore.
Yeah, exactly. All right, James Comey got lost in the woods on his book tour and met a bear. It's like Frost Nixon if Nixon was super boring and Frost was gorgeous.
Live From America's News Headquarters, I'm Marianne Rafferty. President Trump saying tonight that his meeting with North Korea could happen over the next 3 to 4 weeks. The president making that announcement at a campaign rally in Washington, Michigan. The meeting would be the first between a sitting U.S. president and a North Korean leader. The crowd greeting the president with chants of Nobel, 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 suggesting he should be awarded a Nobel Peace Prize. Meanwhile, the location of that historic meeting is reportedly down to Mongolia or Singapore. And best-selling author Brad Thor says he may challenge the president in 2020. Thor says he'll run for president if no other conservative steps up. He's been a frequent critic of the president. Thor, who has written 17 novels, made the announcement in a series of tweets. I'm Marianne Rafferty. Now back to the Greg Gutfeld Show.
The definition of weak, Comey's definition of leak. Former FBI Director James Comey appeared on Special Report with Bret Baier, or what we call that thing after the 5. And there he made this weird claim that the memo he leaked to his law professor friend isn't really a leak because it wasn't an official government document.
What specifically did you leak to Mr. Richmond?
I sent Mr. Richmond a copy of a 2-page unclassified memo and asked him to get the substance of it out to the media.
Did you leak other things through Mr. Richmond?
Yeah. I'm smiling, Brad. I don't consider what I did with Mr. Richmond a leak. I told him about an unclassified conversation with the president.
You wrote it as an FBI director. It was a work product.
No, it was not. It was my personal aide de memoir. I always thought of it as mine, like a diary.
Who else did you give, leak, or whatever you want to call it, the memos
is what
to?
I prefer.
We can argue what a leak is, but that's a leak, isn't it?
It's not.
Ah! So because Comey wrote about official stuff in his diary and then relayed it to his buddy, it's not leaking. Then what is it? I mean, who shares stuff from a diary with a buddy? I mean, you're the FBI director, not Carrie from Sex and the City. Anyway, a great interview always reveals contradictions and weak defenses, and Brett did just that. I wish I could get my news from him whenever and wherever I wanted.
Sometimes I need the hard news of the day, but other times I just want to cuddle. Why can't I have both?
Well, now you can with the new Bret Baier. He's fair and balanced and unafraid to snuggle. Just squeeze his tummy and get informed.
The 41st president wants to go to Maine this summer.
Bret Baier is there when you start your day.
French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife arrived yesterday, attended a dinner at Mount Vernon.
And with his signature striped tie, pocket square, and flag pin, Bret Baier fits in with even the most sophisticated crowds.
Jeff Sessions will not recuse himself from the investigation into the president's personal attorney, Michael Cohen.
And he's there at the end of your day, too.
When I get home at night, I just want something to hold that brings me comfort, but I also want the news.
At this hour, voters are still casting ballots in Arizona's special election.
Thanks, Bret Baier.
And don't forget, Bret Baier can help you nail a job interview.
I don't know if you're a match for this company.
Rough day on Wall Street. The S&P 500 lost 36. The Nasdaq finished down 121.
How about now?
You're hired.
I know.
So get your Bret Baier today.
I'm Bret Baier in Washington, and I'll see you later.
That is Bret Baier. Cyrus, the more Comey talks, the worse he sounds.
I got to agree with you on this one, tall guy. He, if it's not a leak, what is it?
Yeah.
You know, it's like when I was a child, you lied. No, it wasn't a lie. I just didn't tell the truth. Still a lie. No, it's different. Like, well, what is it? And that was a great interview. But the only question, well, what would you call it then?
Yeah.
And then hit a meek.
Yeah.
Or a sneak. Yeah, it's a sneak. It's like a secret. Mm-hmm. But he did it on the job. If you're clocked in,
he could go to jail.
Yeah, I mean, he should.
The scapegoating stuff I was talking about, it may start to go that direction.
Yeah,
the right forces come together. It could be him, could be Hillary. These kinds of issues could really create a very focused scapegoating mechanism.
I have a theory that they had Baier do that interview last, his book publishing company, because they knew it was going to be so tough. And if he had done the first interview when the book came out, all the other reporters and interviewers would have to have replicate Bear, so they put Bear at the end.
Yep.
Bear was the last person to devour him.
And it's the last thing on everyone's mind, so it really was a bad marketing ploy. They probably should have went the other way. They should have got the worst of it, and then he could have had the pillow talk on The View, and he could have had the cooking shows, and he could have had the Sesame Street with Big Bird stuff. You know, warm, fuzzy, cozy, comey, opposed to you lying about being a leaker.
You know, Kat, I can't think about pillow talk on The View, but I want to ask you, where is this going with Comey? What's next?
I think he's going to probably want to do more interviews. He loves doing interviews, but I just think it's hilarious that he says it's not a leak because it was his diary.
Yes.
But then he also says that he gave a copy of it to the FBI. So let's say he's telling the truth and it really was his diary. Mm-hmm. That would mean that what the FBI director was doing at work was running around sharing his diary with his coworkers.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Weird, right?
That's weird, and I don't want my tax dollars paying for your little diary reading parties.
Yes.
Come on, get it together.
I mean, what else did he share? He was like,
yeah.
Okay. And then I had this dream about a unicorn, and the unicorn fought a Pegasus, and I was shirtless on the Pegasus. Anyway.
Waste of time.
Gutfeld monologues. How did this end up here?
Do they know, did he have a protracted diary, or was this just that day when he was concerned that he could be called on the carpet and wrote some notes down?
Suddenly he had a diary, but he didn't have a diary the day before. I think he has diarrhea of the mouth, Tom.
Diarrhea leaks. I don't know why I'm talking back my office.
Yes, exactly.
He said, he called it aide de memoire.
Yes.
What kind of man who's that height says words like that? It's not dignified.
It's not dignified.
I don't trust tall people, Greg.
You don't?
Oh, you shouldn't, because we don't like you either.
There's something fishy about tall people, especially people that tall who keep diaries. I don't like it at all.
No, there is a link. There's something wrong.
I bet he eats tiramisu.
All right, I want to move on, but I want to say that he actually wrote the wrong book, because this is really about how Hillary protected Huma Abedin, which allowed Anthony Weiner to continue with that laptop, which then had the emails. And so then Comey knew that the NYPD was going to go after the emails on the laptop. So that's when he
wrote notes.
Memoirs. The memoirs. So the story, I mean, if you're going to write a book, it should be about Hillary's unwillingness to deal with Huma. And that cost the election. It was all about Weiner.
Yeah. No, it's diarrhea, leaks, and Weiner. I mean, there we are. There it is.
Diarrhea, leaks, and Wieners.
And it shows how, when you have a person is really disturbed at the middle, the kind of vortex they can create if you don't get on it right away.
Exactly. Well, that's how we got Trump. What's SNL?
Trump is so broke. He has to fly failed business class. Trump is so broke. He looked for foreign oil in Don Jr.'s hair.
That's what we're missing, folks. Wow. Bad. All right. So what has 3 letters and puts you to sleep? Former Saturday Night Live cast member Rob Schneider thinks SNL is kind of predictable these days, because you know which side everyone's on politically. He cites Alec Baldwin's version of Donald Trump. He says, quote, "I don't find his impression to be comical. I know the way his politics lean and it spoils any surprise. And so he so clearly hates the man that he's playing. I never thought I'd find myself agreeing with Deuce Bigalow. But he's right." Now, the Greg Gutfeld Show has only a fraction of the staff that SNL has. There's 8 of us working on this show. SNL has many, many, many times that. And yet, according to new research, we destroy them on the laugh per minute ratio. Let's take a look at this graph here this is from the Institute of Humor, a Swedish group out of Sweden. The LPM ratio, laugh per minute ratio, for SNL is 0.002. The LPM ratio for the GG show, 6,000. That is a difference of a lot. Please applaud again if we should all get raises. Dr. Drew, it's got to be hard for somebody at SNL, because you have to think about someone you hate every single day. And it's like it can't be healthy to be Alec Baldwin every day because you despise the person you play.
No, being steeped in, hey, give me back pain, Greg. We were talking before the show.
Yes.
But full disclosure, I'm an SNL fan. I'm also a personal friend of Rob Schneider, so I texted him today and told him I was going to come on. And he said, please read this text. That I love, he loves Alec Baldwin. They've been speaking. It's not about Alec Baldwin, but that SNL, he says, I'm quoting him, gives the joke away when the audience knows how the performers really feel.
Right.
In other words, there's no ambiguity. Remember when Dana Carvey used to play?
Bush.
Yeah, and you never knew, he was sort of respectful, but he was making fun, but you never know was he a fan of Bush or not.
Yeah.
Made it sort of extra funny. By the way, I think Alec Baldwin's Trump is pretty funny, but it's sort of because of the mean-spiritedness, it takes a little bit away from it.
I think it's gone past its expiration date, and they got to find somebody else. Or other targets. That's the problem, is they don't have other targets. It's just Trump. You know, Kat, you did stand last night. I heard you killed, which is comedy lingo. She didn't actually kill anybody.
Yeah.
Or did you? What's the problem with SNL right now?
I agree with the fact that it's always more fun when it's a surprise.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't think about any of my decisions before I make them.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. I never know what I'm going to do. Is that how I'm supposed to be doing it, Dr. Drew?
Kat, you're doing good.
Yeah, thank you.
You perfected this.
Yes, your day is a litany of bad surprises.
Right. Well, no, we already know what the punchline is before the joke's even been set up.
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
Yeah,
okay.
But I mean, look, it's a subtle point about comedy, and again, it shows how crazy we've got. Poor Rob was a great guy, and is a moderate. He's not one way or the other. He's being personally vilified. He must be a misogynist. He must be a racist. He must agree with Trump. He must be a Trump supporter. Whatever it is, he personally gets attacked for making a comment about comedy.
That's the way it works now. Personal attacks. Tom, you are also a comedian, or so you claim, though we have no proof of it.
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
Yeah. Comedy gold there.
Comedy gold.
It's not the performer's fault, and they are very funny people in the show.
Yeah.
And Schneider's hilarious, and Alec Baldwin's hilarious. You saw him on 30 Rock. Very funny guy.
Great show.
Everybody's funny. The problem is the audience. I'm so glad I don't do politics in my act. I talk about my life, so I can appeal to both sides, I think. So I'm glad that I get out there and I work in front of audiences and I don't have to deal with the wrath. Because Saturday Night Live has to deal with the wrath. It's not their fault. It's the audience. They're very sensitive, and they will abandon them. They say it. Did you see what happened to Shania Twain?
Yeah.
She said, "I'm not even from the U.S., but I might have voted for Trump." And everyone said, "Goodbye. I'm burning your albums right now." I mean, it's insane. They've lost their minds.
All right, last word, Tyrus. Thoughts?
You're not allowed to say you lost your mind anymore.
Yeah, that's
May I speak, please?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, doctor. I personally think it's great that SNL stays on one side of the fence because that's why we're killing it. So stick to your side. That's cool. I have no problem with it.
We are a far superior show, and on a fraction of the cost and staff.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah, I know. Can you tell by our sets? No, we're fantastic. The world's rudest person caught on dash cam video. And no, it wasn't Brian Kilmeade for once.
Every day I wake up and I think, who knows what's going to happen? Not only through the day, but in the next hour. We're 24/7 news, but we're really down to the minute. So our job is to cut through the talking points, no matter the party, no matter the ideology, to try to get the bottom line truth of the day. You take a deep breath.
Your cameras will eventually eliminate all the jerks. Take the case of Karen Turner, the former Hillary Clinton fundraiser who resigned from her position as a Port Authority commissioner this week after dash cam video was released showing her berating 2 New Jersey police officers.
You may not tell me when to take my child. You may shut the up.
Ah, it's like the White House Correspondents' Dinner. So what got her dander up? Well, it all started when the officers pulled over an unregistered car driven by a person over 18, Karen's daughter, in the car. So when Karen came to pick them up, she tried to play the "don't you know who I am" thing.
Ugh.
You're just here as the rider, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm here as a concerned citizen and friend of the mayor. I am the commissioner of the Port Authority, and I'm heading up over 4,000 police officers. Okay? So, if there's a problem, I think I have...
There's no problem, miss.
Now, don't call me miss. I'm commissioner. Why is the car getting towed?
Go ask him.
No, I'm asking. You're the person who ordered it. And trust me.
Miss, this does not involve you 1%. It's not your vehicle. How are you involved?
Don't call her miss. This happened a month ago, but the footage was just released, and now Karen can't use her commissioner title to belittle anyone anymore. We went to her for comment. Dr. Drew, hubris.
Hubris, I can't stand it. I think that's what people are most tired of in this country, is people being told how they should behave by people who behave however they wish. And that is frankly disgusting.
Tyrus, you were a bodyguard. You must have had to deal with Do You Know Who I Am? Once somebody says, do you know who I am to you, it's over, correct?
Their evening is typically, I've heard rumors about this. I had never, until I saw this footage, I had never seen white privilege gone wrong before. That was fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, I dreamed about it.
Yeah.
I dreamed about it, but man, wow.
You know, Kat, I believe that we're being filmed constantly now, so all bad behavior is going away. Like, I won't even pick my nose because I know someone's going to start GregPicksHisNose.com, and there'll just be pictures of me digging.
You pick your nose.
I do.
This woman has sent back every cup of soup she has ever ordered. She has that face and that purple puffy vest that just screams, "Let me talk to the manager." But I think, yeah, you're probably right. You should always behave yourself and act like someone is watching, because the government usually is.
And that's a good thing, because I love a good surveillance government, Tom. You know what I'm saying?
I do love it. I love these cameras so we can see all these videos. They're very entertaining.
It's true. It's a whole new channel.
I say, do you know who I am all the time, though, Greg? I'm like, do you know who I am? Tom Shalhoub on Fox News Radio every day. 3 to 6, officer. By the way, what do I owe you? So I'm very friendly when I say it.
Oh, that's good. You know, the irony, maybe, I don't know if irony is the correct word. She was in charge of ethics at Port Authority. By the way, Port Authority is like, I didn't know there was ethics in the
that's
Port
pretty
Authority.
much a free-for-all down there.
Yeah, there is.
Every department has an ethics department now, and again, it's people telling us how to behave, how to think, how to talk, how to speak, and that's, I think, what people are tired of. Which is, if not just when our ethics department get involved, but if our government starts to feel entitled to do the same, we've crossed the line.
You know, I have to feel some sympathy for her kids. Because they must have been really thrilled by her spirit.
Why?
No, because they're standing
They're
there.
not used to it?
Yeah.
Her friend, they had an unregistered car, and they didn't go to jail? Man, I'm glad white privilege went wrong, because, man.
Tom? But they called her. The daughter was like, call mom. She always gets her way. So they really thought she was going to do well.
Oh, those are going to be great kids.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, let me call mom.
You don't want your kids thinking that about the parents.
But it does bug me, like, when somebody says, do you know who I am, it's instantly you're saying you're better than the fellow human being and that you deserve priorities and perks.
Yes, it's misappropriation of power. It's nothing. The rules don't apply to me.
Yeah.
But
have we ever done, anybody done this?
No.
But you know who I am?
Yeah.
All the damn time.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Usually when someone says, you know who I am, it's always, I know who you're going to be. You know,
I've done it, but I'll do it in the way where I say, do you know who I am? Does someone know who I've met before? And they're always like, no, forgot you, sorry.
Yeah, it's like when you come to the Fox building.
Yeah, I'm like, hey.
Yeah, who's the crazy lady in glasses who's trying to, she's actually on a show.
Yeah, it's pretty much my life.
But this is the same thing. It's James Comey with his notes.
Yeah.
It's government employees thinking they can misuse their power. Draw the line between the Port Authority woman and the FBI.
I hate it when people misuse their power. You know this book's coming out. Do you know who I am? I wrote this book. It's all my monologues from the 5. It's fantastic. You know that you can get this on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com.
you can pre-order it too, right, boss?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And you know what? It's perfect for every holiday. All right, enough of this plugging. I don't know how this happened. Dr. Drew, always a pleasure having you on. Tom Shalhoub, Catch's radio show. Great job. Iris, awesome. As always. Great audience, great audience, great audience. I'm Greg Gutfeld. I love you, America. I really do.